President Biden is kicking off a crucial legislative week with a trip to the Garden State. The president is in New Jersey visiting an elementary school and a transit center. The visits are meant to highlight his infrastructure and social spending plans. The bills have been held up in Congress for weeks while moderate and progressive Democrats try to get 2 more senators on board. One of those senators is Joe Manchin. He met yesterday with President Biden and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. After that meeting, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Democrats are now close to closing the deal.
We've 90% of the bill agreed to and written. We just have some of the last decisions to be made.
By the time he leaves for Europe, do you think you'll have a deal by Thursday or Friday?
No, I think we're pretty much there now.
You think you have a deal now?
We're almost there. It's just the language of it.
For more on this, I want to bring in CBS News political reporter Adam Brewster. Adam is coming to us from an early voting site in New Jersey, not far from where the president is visiting. Hi, Adam. So do we have any details on that Biden, Manchin, Schumer meeting? Oh, to be a fly on the wall. What was discussed?
Well, this was a discussion of the social spending package that has been the subject of many meetings between President Biden and lawmakers, particularly Senator Joe Manchin. He's also met a lot with Senator Kyrsten Sinema, the other moderate Democrat who is provided a lot of the pushback on that social spending plan that he wants. The president said this morning the meeting went well. They still have some things to hash out and some final negotiations to happen. That's sort of been something that we've heard a lot throughout this process that has dragged along and sort of passed some of the deadlines that have previously been set. But now you're hearing some optimism. You heard it there from Speaker Pelosi, from some other members of Congress. The president himself seems to think that he could possibly get a deal before he goes on that foreign trip later this week.
Right. As you said, the president says the meeting went well and he hopes the deal could be done this week. Let's listen to what he said.
How did your meeting go, sir?
It went well. A few more things to work out, but it went well.
Do you think you'll have a plan before Wednesday?
With the grace of God and the goodwill of neighbors.
Do you want to plan a deal by the time you leave for COP? Is that something you've expressed to Democrats?
That's my hope.
Do you expect a vote this week?
What do you think? I don't know.
We're asking you.
Are you concerned if you have to leave without your...
It'd be very, very positive to get it done before the trip.
So, Adam, how likely is it that a deal could be finalized and a vote could happen all before the president leaves for Europe later this week?
Well, certainly a vote may be an extra set of challenge in this process. But in terms of reaching a deal, at least on the top line figures and sort of getting everyone on board and agreeing to which programs are in, which programs are out, how much money may be going to each of them, that may be something that's a little more possible. It is certainly something the president wants. It's something the speaker wants. He wants to be able to go to Glasgow with that in hand. Congressman Ro Khanna said over the weekend, he's been one of the leading progressive negotiators in this plan, that the president told lawmakers that he wants to have a deal before he goes to Europe later this week. We've seen deadlines come and go in this negotiation package before. Of course, everyone remembers what happened in late September when there was that deal that they then extended to later this point. But there does seem to be a renewed sense of urgency to get everyone on board with a plan before it is wheels up to Europe later this week for the president.
So now to more details on what might still be in that plan. You heard Speaker Pelosi say earlier the bill is 90% done. It is going to be a lot smaller than what the president wanted. What has already been cut out and what provisions are still in danger heading into these final negotiations?
Right, this is sort of a sweeping plan that was supposed to include expansions to Medicaid, universal pre-K, free community college. Much of it was going to be paid for by raising the corporate tax rate and raising taxes on some of the wealthiest Americans. And the president last week during a town hall suggested that some of things like free community college may not be able to be in there. Paid family leave may not be in as long as was initially intended, looking like 4 weeks rather than 12. He said that Senator Kyrsten Sinema has been opposed to some of those corporate tax rate increases and increases on some of the wealthiest Americans, not necessarily the top level wealthiest Americans. That's something that's been floated as sort of increasing taxes on billionaires within the United States, which relatively speaking, there are not that many of. So some of the pay-fors still seem to be needing to be worked out, but the the bill, you'll recall, progressives wanted this to be a $6 trillion deal. That's something that Senator Bernie Sanders has said many times. It got cut down to $3.5 trillion. That still wasn't palatable for Senators Manchin and Sinema. Now they're looking at about a $2 trillion deal. So what is finally in and out are some of the final negotiations that are happening between the White House and Capitol Hill.
And Adam, you are, of course, on the ground there in New Jersey. The president is attending events today with Democratic Governor Phil Murphy, who is running for re-election. Murphy could be the first Democratic governor to win re-election since 1977. How much is President Biden's visit to New Jersey expected to help Governor Murphy 1 week out from the election?
Well, Governor Murphy's been bringing in folks, recently to help him in this final sort of stretch. Now, this is an official White House visit, not a campaign visit, but, you could talk about universal pre-K or infrastructure in many places in the United States. It's probably no accident that the president is doing that here in New Jersey 8 days before Election Day. Certainly, it draws attention to the race. It reminds Democrats that there is a gubernatorial election. New Jersey and Virginia do their elections in sort of the off years right after the presidential, and weird things can happen in those races. You're coming off of, a highly contentious, highly engaged presidential election. There has been push from Democrats, including President Obama when he was here this weekend, saying, don't be fatigued, go out and vote. There is too much on the line. So that has been sort of the message from Democrats. This is a heavily Democratic state, but as you mentioned, Democrats have had a hard time getting reelected here the past several decades. And it wasn't that long ago that Chris Christie, a Republican, was in charge of New Jersey for 2 straight terms.
Right. Adam Brewster in New Jersey. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tanya.